What's up, Donghua family, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because today we're breaking down the absolutely epic, action-packed, and emotionally charged events of Battle Through the Heavens, episodes 162 and 163. Let's dive right in together. Our story picks up at the exhilarating conclusion of episode 162. After a long and arduous journey, Xiaoyan finally succeeds in assembling the 4 ancient map fragments. Before his very eyes, they merge, revealing the long-hidden secret of the purifying demonic lotus flame, its precise location, and the time of its emergence. This is a pivotal moment in his quest for power. However, the path of a protagonist is never smooth. On their return journey to the Falling Star Pavilion, Xiaoyan and Yao Lao were ambushed by the infamous Black Demon Trio. Underestimating the master-disciple duo was their final mistake. In a brief but overwhelming display of coordinated power, the trio was utterly annihilated, their ambitions turned to dust. Time swiftly moves forward, and we find ourselves within the grand, majestic hall of the Falling Star Pavilion. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation. In front of a host of powerful experts, Yao Lao, his eyes gleaming with a master's pride yet tinged with the unspoken worry of a father figure, placed a hand on Xiaoyan's shoulder. His voice was steady as he gave his final instructions. "My boy, this journey to the ancient wasteland region is fraught with unimaginable peril, a trial you must face alone. Remember this," he said, pressing a jade slip into Xiaoyan's hand. "If you face a danger you cannot possibly overcome, crush this without hesitation. I will come for you. Stay strong and make us proud." Faced with his master's profound trust, Xiaoyan offered a confident smile and a firm, resolute nod. Words were unnecessary. His unwavering determination spoke volumes. Immediately after, he turned to his companions. Alongside the ever-regal Queen Medusa and the enigmatic little fairy doctor, he transformed. The 3 of them became dazzling streaks of light, tearing through the air as they shot towards the distant horizon, vanishing in the blink of an eye. Watching his disciple's figure disappear, Yao Lao stood silently for a long moment, a complex storm of pride, hope, and concern swirling within him. Before long, the trio had reached the edge of the ancient wasteland region, a desolate land that radiated death. The deeper they ventured, the more the world was consumed by a chilling, crimson sea of mist that clung to the ground like a shroud. It carried the foul, metallic stench of decay, and the air itself felt thick with malice. Scattered across the landscape were the colossal, skeletal remains of magical beasts, stark white monuments to the unforgiving nature of this place. The poison in the air is getting thicker. "Everyone, be on your guard," the little fairy doctor warned, her unique woeful poison body making her especially sensitive to the toxins. At that very moment, blood-curdling screams tore through the silence from up ahead. Following the sound was a chittering, nightmarish tide of grotesque, venomous insects, surging towards them like a living wave of death. Without a single moment of hesitation, Xiaoyan stepped forward as the protector of his group. He summoned his heavenly flame, and a brilliant, 3-colored inferno erupted around them like a miniature sun, its intense heat instantly vaporizing the poisonous mist. The sea of fire rapidly coalesced into a solid, impenetrable flame barrier, enveloping the group and incinerating any creature that dared to touch it. "Stay close to me. Do not leave the barrier under any circumstances," Xiaoyan commanded. And so, a massive sphere of fire hovered in midair, a beacon of defiance in a land of death, as they blazed a path through the treacherous forest. Not long after, they encountered a scouting elder from the Falling Star Pavilion, whose face was etched with urgency. He brought dire news. "Young Pavilion Master, I've discovered members of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe in the area. They are ruthlessly hunting down a group from the Flower Sect, and the situation is critical." Upon hearing the words "Flower Sect," the air around Xiaoyan instantly dropped several degrees. His pupils constricted, and an icy, uncontrollable killing intent erupted from him. The name of the Flower Sect, and more specifically, the name of the person who was almost certainly with them, Yun, was a key that unlocked a flood of complex, tangled history deep within his heart. And as we all know, family, that name means more to him than he often lets on. Without a second thought, his voice was cold as steel as he gave the order, "Follow me. We're going to deal with the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe." With that, the group changed direction, their speed multiplying as they shot off like an avenging arrow. Meanwhile, in another part of the forest, a desperate struggle for survival was unfolding. Yun Yun and Nalan Yan were leading the battered flower sect elders in a frantic retreat. "Master, they have 2 9-star Dozun experts with them. We can't outrun them." Nalan Yan cried out, her voice laced with despair. Yun Yun, though her face was pale and her energy was draining, showed the unyielding will of a leader. "You take the others and find a way to escape. Your survival is what matters most. As the sect leader, it is my duty to stay behind and buy you time." Her heroic words had barely faded when a crushing force slammed down from above, cutting off their escape. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe's vice commander, Lu Tsong, and the sadistic demonic flower Evil Lord appeared with cruel, triumphant smirks. Sect leader Yun Yun, Lu Tsong sneered, "Did you really think you could escape?" A brutal, one-sided battle erupted. Yun Yun and the elders fought with the courage of cornered tigers, but they were hopelessly outmatched. Seeing Nalan Yanran about to be struck by a fatal blow, Yun Yun acted on instinct, pushing her disciple to safety. But that single act of heroism left her vulnerable. A vicious palm strike from the demonic flower Evil Lord struck her from behind. The sickening thud of the impact echoed through the clearing. Yun Yun was sent flying, coughing up a mouthful of blood as her vision blurred. Hope, it seemed, was extinguished. But just as the demonic flower Evil Lord lunged forward to deliver the final blow, it happened. It wasn't a sound, but a sudden, soul-crushing pressure that brought the entire battlefield to a standstill. A colossal, golden shadow blotted out the sun, and from within it, a massive golden fist descended like a meteor, smashing into the demonic flower Evil Lord and sending him hurtling into the earth. The sky demon puppet had arrived. And from it, a powerful, familiar voice boomed with righteous fury. "You hounds of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe still enjoy biting people indiscriminately, I see?" Lu Tsong's arrogance evaporated, replaced by a primal fear. Still, he roared in defiance, unleashing his ultimate technique, Great Nether Dragon Fist. A massive black dragon of pure Dochi materialized, roaring as it charged the golden giant. In response, the sky demon puppet simply met it with a punch. The resulting explosion was apocalyptic. The dragon was utterly disintegrated, and the shockwave sent Lu Tsong tumbling through the air, his body broken. This wasn't a fight, it was an execution. Knowing he was doomed, Lu Tsong turned to flee, running not as a warrior, but as prey. But there was no escape. Xiao Yan's voice echoed, cold and final. 8 extremities collapse. A chilling, colossal seal of judgment formed in the sky and descended, crushing Lu Tsong and ending his existence. In the deafening silence that followed, the sky demon puppet dissolved into particles of light, revealing the handsome, composed figure of Xiao Yan floating gently to the ground. Queen Medusa and the little fairy doctor appeared at his side. Yun Yun, struggling to her feet, watched in stunned silence. Her eyes met Queen Medusa's, a moment of surprise passing between the two women who shared such a complex connection to the man before them. But then, all attention focused on Xiao Yan. He walked towards Yun Yun, his gaze intense and filled with 1,000 unspoken words. He offered a gentle, familiar smile, and his voice, deeper now but so achingly familiar, broke the silence. "Are you all right?" Faced with that gaze, that smile, that simple question carrying the weight of their entire history, Yun Yun was completely frozen. Time stood still. In her mind's eye, she saw the stubborn young boy from the Jia Ma Empire, and now, standing in his place, was an unparalleled expert who had, once again, descended like a god to save her in her moment of deepest despair. A maelstrom of shock, relief, and a decade of unspoken feelings churned within her. What a reunion! What will happen now? How will this encounter change the path for all of them? Let us know what you all think in the comments below. To find out what happens next, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. As always, thank you for being a part of the Donghua family. We'll see you in the next one.